the barbecue issue had just come out, and it's full of really great recipes. We kind of threw together a barbecue in our editor's backyard. So different people brought in different food, and so the recipes are in the magazine. Damian, who we'll introduce in a second, his furniture is in there. And so it was fun. I'm kind of famous for this giant Jello martini glass.
We have a shot of that.
It's naughty and it's fun, but
that's okay. Here it is.
That's it right there.
That's
picture.
a big.
That's all Jello and vodka.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
It looks kind of disgusting, but how's it taste?
You know what? I went with the theme of 4th of July, so I put plastic ants on it, but people enjoy it.
See, I thought those were spiders when I first saw the picture.
It was the whole ant theme. So, there's also a photo up there of Justin De La Rosa and Derek Hanley, who are both from the magazine, sitting on Damian's new furniture. Which is why we brought in today Damian Velasquez, who is one of Albuquerque's better-known furniture designers, and
good to see you, Damian.
Talk about what he's doing.
And by the way, you're the first furniture designer ever to appear on this show. So,
well, that's an honor.
There
Thank
you go. Good to see you. Aaron, do you like the furniture?
I love furniture. We need some new, vibrant furniture in here.
I was going to bring some, but I thought you were on the second floor.
Well, tell us about your designs and what you do.
Well, I design and build modern furniture here in Albuquerque. I started about 23 years ago. I was just kind of goofing around in my garage right around the time of Southwestern style, and I was about ready to start cutting out some Cocopellis and realized that there is several people ahead of me already doing that, and so I just went in a different direction.
Thank goodness.
Yes, thank goodness. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
This is a really cool design, too. Like this, so I don't know if we already showed it on the screen, but it almost looks like it's just a piece of art, like you can't sit on it, but it's
very sculptural, but it's very functional, it's very comfortable. You're taking a material that is commonly used for other purposes and making it something that you wouldn't expect furniture to be made out of.
And I can tell you personally, it is very, very comfortable. It's metal, but it's very, very comfortable.
Oh, look at that. We need one of those in here.
Look at that.
High enough for Larry to sit on.
Yes.
Actually, that chair suits short people and tall people very well.
It's deep.
And it's got a very specific angle and height. And a lot of times chairs are either too low for tall people or too high for short people.
Yes.
But that one suits everybody.
It just fits everybody.
Yeah.
What is this metal? Is it a great material?
It's called expanded metal.
Okay.
And typically it's used for enclosures for machines or industrial applications.
Does it have some give to it, or?
Yeah, the gauge that I use is soft enough, or it's rigid when it pieces together, but yet when you sit in it, it's just enough that it's not flimsy. It's very rigid, and that's where people think, oh, it's steel. It must be hard and it must be cold. And that's part of the beauty of this furniture, is that there's very subtle nuances to it that make it very unique.
And you're using amazing different colors, vibrant colors. So
that's all part of design. Their senses are turned on by shape, color, different real simple things like that. So to get all that in one package.
And do you get inspiration from somewhere? Or do you have some kind of?
Well, a lot of my designs come from my head.
Yeah.
This line of furniture is actually inspired by. There's a Japanese guy, Shiro Kurumata, who built a chair out of that material in 1986. And it's a very iconic piece in the design world, but he made that one, and that's it. Nobody else ever went and made a line of furniture with it.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd see if I could work with the material.
Now, this is just one of the things that you do. We have some photos of some of your other work, too. So let's take a look at this.
Oh, wow.
Modern chest of drawers.
This is, I've been
really
doing
cool.
these cabinets with metal and wood for 20 years. This piece is actually part of the permanent collection at the Hispanic Cultural Center.
Oh.
We've got a few other pieces at the Albuquerque Museum. But this has been my
These
bread
are
and
so
butter for the
cool.
last several years.
when I mention your name, this is what people know.
Yeah.
And people talk about when they purchase one of your beds and how it's traveled to Hawaii and then to Chicago and Mississippi and Chicago
And
with
back,
them.
right, yeah.
It's cool stuff. So.
This is awesome. Where could we find this if I wanted to go buy some of your furniture?
Well, online's the easiest.
Okay. So you have a website?
My website is modernhandcrafted.com, and I show out of my studio here in Albuquerque. I'm up in the industrial part of town on
Okay.
Stanford. And right now we don't have any local stores, but online's easiest.
They had a place in Nob Hill for a while, which is where I got to know them, called Moderno, right in the Nob
Okay,
Hill Shopping
yeah.
Center.
How's business?
Business has been up and down. It changes from quarter to quarter, it seems like,
Yeah.
but
People around the country find your furniture. Do you send this everywhere?
that's mostly where I sell, is outside of New Mexico. I just got back from Los Angeles. I was doing Dwell on Design. It's a show that Dwell Magazine puts on. I was in New York this May, the International Contemporary Furniture Fair, and that's a very large design show. So I put a lot of effort to show in bigger venues so that I can maintain sales all across the United States.
So do you have like different lines every year? Different kind of furniture
no,
and stuff that you come out with?
It takes a lot to develop something. So, when you find something that works and it sells, you kind of have to put a lot of effort into it to get it going. It takes 2 years to really get a response on whether it's going to do well or not.
Part of the excitement of Half 13 for people who are seeing something new come out of there.
Yeah, that's 4 years old, and I've only started really pushing it this last year, and it's
Sure.
really started to take off because it took a lot of effort to design it and get everything worked out and figure out how we're going to build it, sell it, ship it,
Yeah.
and so-
Well, when I see this looks like a high-end piece of furniture. I mean,
That's-
I have to ask, how much does something like this go for?
This cabinet that you're looking at is $3,500.
Okay.
It is. I'm considered a high-end furniture designer and maker.
Yeah.
But anytime you're making something here, locally, in America, it's
Yes.
going to be more than if it was brought over on a ship.
And it's a
Yes.
piece of art in your home, I think.
It is.
So.
From this to birdhouses now. We have birdhouses on our table, and we have a couple of photos of some of your birdhouses too. These are actually made of metal.
Yes.
I love this stuff so much.
I'm always I've always got ideas, and I can't get them out fast enough. And so when I'm bored, I come up with new things.
And it's like an innovative birdhouse. It's not the typical.
Well, why not?
Yeah.
Are you going to have these down at the Lavender Festival next
I'm going to be
weekend?
doing the Lavender Festival next weekend, and this is where we're going to try and show these. And so I just designed these. We're put them out there. We're going to start getting feedback, and that's the best way, is to put it out in front of an audience somewhere and then see what people think, how they react.
But
and,
you'll have the furniture down there too, right?
I have a few pieces of my
Great.
outdoor furniture, yeah.
It's a good time to go down and see it up close.
Yeah.